Are you still intoxicated?
Sometimes I wish I was.
Hi, I'm Star William.
And I'm Dylan Ferguson.
And welcome to the Business Partners Podcast. Actually, no rehearsal this week.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Now, before we start, I just have to say I attended the Ottawa Fringe Festival yesterday. I only watched one show.
How was it?
It was really good. It was called Unsung.
Okay.
And
okay.
let me pull up my review so I can give you the exact words that I had for it.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's hear this.
Just watched D. Money Fleming do his performance at the Ottawa Fringe Festival. I'm not usually one for musicals, but the comedy and pacing kept me interested. Well done to the writer Mackenzie, who killed it. All performers deserve the best possible praises. Woo! So yeah, funny story about it. I just told you this before the podcast, but I wanted to make sure it was on the podcast. Is that you know how those listening who know Dawson, you know how it would be like, quiver.
Barely know her, of course. Yeah.
Yes. Of course, you barely know her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, at one point during the show, they had to do a little dance, and what was he doing?
Oh my God, I love that.
And then
Never changed, man. Never changed.
yeah, oh my goodness, I talked to him after the show even, and like there were so many people coming up to him, like we were just trying to have a conversation, and
God,
they were all singing the praises to him.
they grow up so fast.
He's our dad. We should be very proud. Alrighty, in all seriousness,
Yeah.
any cool stories to add?
So my weekend was interesting because, you see, I believe it was Friday night. So for those who don't know, I have a very early birthday. And the thing is that the rest of my friends, their birthday is a very large margin away for the most part. Like, I have maybe like one friend born in April and a lot born in June for some reason. So and it's all in the same week. So we just decided, hey, we're going to go for our first legal Ontario drinking foray. Well, not my first, but yeah. So, we were originally planning on going to House of Targ first. But the thing was that there was a band there that was performing, so it had a $20 entry fee. So, well, it was a punk band, and a few of my friends aren't really punk fans. I'm a punk fan, but $20, like...
$20 is $20.
$20 is $20, you know? But I wasn't ready to do any homosexual acts for $20. So, we just left, walked all the way down the canal, and we ended up at a little place on Elgin, the Lieutenant's Pump. And so,
Lieutenants.
Yes. Yes. So, anyways, we order a bunch of shots. I just avoided paying because we did three drop shots, and then my friend was like, hey, you guys want to order a pitcher? Barely know her. And I was like, if you want to buy that, sure. And he was like, okay. So he gets a pitcher, and then eventually we end up on the dance floor, and for those who know or don't know, whenever I'm intoxicated, to quote the Bare Naked Lady song, I have a tendency of taking off my shirt. So I was just, well, not shirtless, but all buttons down on the Hawaiian shirt on the dance floor, you know? Just having a jolly good time. And then we go back to my buddy's house and take a few more shots. And we played a lot of WarioWare, which is so much fun to play when you're drunk. So much fun to play in general. But then we ended up playing Mario Party, and I was falling asleep every turn because it was like 3 or 4 in the morning, and they kept having to wake me up. So that was fun.
Nice. Now, before we get into this week's topic of video games, I have to tell you about my impulse purchase this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
You
What
may be
is that?
curious what this is.
I am
let me
curious.
just make sure which side. Okay. So, this
Mm-hmm.
is a rain stick.
A rain stick.
So when you flip it around this way, it's rain. And then you flip it around this way, it's rain.
Okay, first, where did you buy that? Okay, second, what? Why did you buy that?
It's satisfying. It's a rain stick. And also, I thought it'd make a good addition to the podcast. You know, like if we want to transition, it's just like. And welcome to the video game segment, folks.
Right, okay. Yeah, what kind of video games have you been interested in? Any caught your eyes of recent?
Well, other than some trailers that I've seen, I'm really interested in Starfield for when it comes.
Okay.
However, a game that I just got into, it was only $21. I don't regret buying it, but I do regret not having the money now.
Yeah.
It's called Battle Bit Remastered.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like Battlefield, but like very low polygon, and
Okay.
it's a really fun game.
Okay, that's good. Like, is it like an indie game or?
I don't know if you can consider it an indie game because of the player base, or if it's like, because like it's super like surprising that off of launch it had so many players. Battle.
I can't say I've heard of it, no.
It was released on the 15th of June.
That would make sense as to why I haven't.
So, the developer is Sergeant Okie Dokie, Velasquez, and the Liquid Horse.
that's great.
So then, yes, it would be an indie game because it's technically not made by a game developer. It's made by 3 people.
Yeah, but it has like a large player base, so.
Yeah, and the servers are surprisingly really, really good.
Yeah.
Wow, it's a tradition in here for the lights to just turn right off.
Well, as we all know, I'm pretty good at turning things on. Evidently not, based on the fact that they did. God damn it!
It was a bit of a delayed reaction.
The universe loves to spite me in many ways. Yeah. But for me, so I was gonna watch the Xbox presentation. However, the one thing that I was interested in seeing got leaked, which I find so funny, which was the remake of Persona 3, which I've played 4 and 5, and I know a lot about 3, but, I mean, obviously I'm gonna...
You should still watch it, though, because there are a lot of Persona-related titles.
Oh, yes, I know. There was also the Persona 5 kind of tactics game, which the fact that, okay, Persona and Fire Emblem, my 2 favorite franchises, and it's basically that kind of thing, even though they tried to do that before, but it sucked ass. That is amazing, hopefully. And then the other Atlas title, which has been like in development for like a million goddamn years. Like, I think they announced it in I want to say 2014 to 2016.
Oh,
And then
still doesn't beat Skull and Bones, though, which was announced in 2013 and still hasn't been released yet.
man, radio silence with game companies is just the goddamn worst. Like, is it in? Are you working on it? Are you not working? Like, make up your mind, you know?
Yeah. Now, what's really funny is that I recently made a video on Star Trek games
Okay.
and about like all the different games and all the new-ish ones.
Right.
And there was a recent release called Star Trek Resurgence, which was a really good game. 10 out of 10 recommend. It's a Telltale type game.
Okay.
But now there's another game coming out called Star Trek Infinite.
Oh, okay.
And I thought that was really funny because I was like, I really want to, if I have the Photoshop skills, I really want to make like a Halo Infinite spoof poster.
Okay.
What with Star Trek characters. But it's actually, are you familiar with the game Stellaris?
Many of my friends played it. They've tried to get me into it. I just haven't had the time. But short answer, yes, I am aware of it.
Okay. Are you still intoxicated?
Sometimes I wish I was.
All right. Well, Stellaris is a grand strategy game, and this game, Star Trek Infinite, is actually going to be built on Stellaris's engine.
Oh, okay.
So it's a grand strategy game based in the Star Trek universe. But one complaint I have about it is their assets. They look worse than the unofficial mod for Stellaris.
Oh. Oh, God.
And the mod for Stellaris seemingly has more content.
Ooh.
So I think the developers dropped the ball there.
Well, they damn well better be putting a lot of that budget elsewhere, you know?
Or I hope that the mod is able to transition from Stellaris to this new Star Trek game because then more content.
Yeah, exactly. But oof, that's rough, buddy.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So that's what I've seen from video games recently.
Okay. Now, it's an obligatory question whenever talking about video games. Favorite and least favorite game of all time?
Favorite and least favorite. Okay. Now, the first one I ever remember playing is Halo 3. So that goes down in history as Star Williams' favorite game.
Of course, of course.
My least favorite game, my goodness, there are so many bad games.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm sorry to say this, Bryson, but I have to say Terraria.
Ah, okay. A lot of my friends are probably on their way to murder you as you speak.
I just can't get into it. Like, people have been trying to sell me on it for years, and it's like, okay, I'll keep trying and trying, but like, it's just such a boring game.
Okay, I haven't played it personally, so I can't really sway you one way or the other. But for me, my favorite game, it's tough because there's two games that I love for many different reasons. The first one is Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn, which it was the right game at the right time, because at that point I was not like really good upstairs, and that was the perfect escape. And also, if there's one thing I love in games, it's ambition and also just risks to try something different. And there are many things that it does different from like other games in the series, which I really respect. And then the other answer is Persona 5, because, overall, it's just so well put together, so sleek, like it. And it invented jazz music. Can you believe that? Yeah, exactly. Like that's in Persona 5, But my least favorite game. It's hard to say because there's a lot of games that I've played that I've just been like, okay, screw this. One, let's start with the Fire Emblem answers, Fire Emblem Fates Revelation. That game sucks donkey balls. That is the worst put together narrative I have ever seen. The worst twist villain I have ever seen, and the dumbest protagonist I have ever seen. And then also, and I may get flamed for this, Mario Sunshine. What a mess of a game.
When did you play it?
I played it, it was, I want to say maybe a year back or so.
Okay, because I was gonna say play it again, but
Yeah.
if it was only a year back, then I was like, oh,
Yeah. But it's so clunky, you know?
You want clunky? Play Mario 64.
See, with 64, it is clunky, but nowhere near as clunky as Sunshine. Like, the only thing that really kind of annoys me with 64 at times is, like, usually it's just the camera that annoys me.
Mm-hmm.
But with Sunshine, there's just so many, like, glitches and weird like, boxes and stuff, you know?
I will give you the benefit of the doubt because I have the 3D All Stars game.
That is what I played it on as well.
Okay, yeah. I really wish they would have remastered the controls
That would have been awesome.
because like I know they wanted it untouched and blah blah blah, but
Yeah.
the controls were garbage in that game.
They
And actually, honestly, if you played it on GameCube, you probably would have had a better time.
I probably would have because, like, and also just, like, the GameCube controller is, like, one of the easiest, like, one of the most, like, it's just one of the best controllers ever.
It sets the foundations for today's controllers.
Revolutionary. Yeah. But those are my two answers. And also, like, you know, Galaxy is amazing, so that rounds out 3D All-Stars, because, like, thinking on it, it's been forever since I played Galaxy, but what a goddamn masterpiece of a game, you know?
You see, I haven't played that on 3D All Stars yet because I gave up on 64, and I really don't want to give up on Sunshine, even though I'm having a hard time.
Yeah.
But I wanted to play these games chronologically because they were, you know,
Okay.
set up that way.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, I played it on both the Wii and 3D All-Stars, but, like, I hate motion controls, but, you know, those are my answers, yeah.
so with keeping in mind that I have multiple friends who are game developers,
Oh, okay.
mainly because I was in game development myself for a short
Yes, that's
period of
right.
time. If you could pitch a brand new video game from the ground up, what would it be?
Okay. Huh. I'm trying to think what I would do. It would definitely be like... It'd definitely be an adventure game for sure. Probably like an open world style. But I feel like I'm getting a lot of inspiration from D&D on this just because I've been binge watching Critical Role like crazy. So it would be like I'd love it that sort of style, you know?
So a kind of Dungeons and Dragons like game?
Yeah, basically. I don't know, I didn't really explain it all the best, but that would be like my sort of ideal, where it's just like, you know, your choices actually matter you know?
Is there a DM controlling your game?
I perhaps actually wait. I think I'm getting a sense on how this could work. It could be basically like so multiplayer,
Mm-hmm.
like whether online or like couch co-op. And it's just, maybe there's no DM, but you have like a bunch of like different, like possible like storylines or, something like that. And you just
Let me pitch this idea to you.
shoot.
What if there was a companion app where the DM controls it from there?
Ooh. Okay. Okay, that's cool. Okay.
I know we're like the days of companion apps are like over.
Oh yeah,
But-
totally. But I think that would be pretty cool,
That this happens.
Yeah. Just like and then like a bunch of rocks fall and everyone's dead. Oh no.
Roll a blank for I don't know. I don't do Dungeons and Dragons.
I've been meaning to like start a campaign, but the thing is I had one before the big COVID, but that was like a week before. So that was bad luck on my end. And I remember,
You roll the one.
yeah, I just rolled like a natural one, and then it's just like, bam, everyone's fucking dying. Oh no. But on that note, it was so funny because I remember the first session was so fucking weird, and you're gonna want to make sure you're sitting down for this. Are you sitting down? Okay, you're sitting on the ground. That's good. Crisscross applesauce. So, we were, having a time, but two of my friends, I'm gonna keep them nameless for now. You know who you are. They kept licking each other. They kept licking each other. And I think that was the first time I've ever had to tell my friends, stop licking each other. Like,
Am I good to go back on my...
you can go on your chair now.
Okay.
But
This is gonna be a struggle.
you can do this. There we go. There we go. Strong boy. Whoa, I'm being carried away. Yeah, but so that was I've never had to tell someone that. But yeah, that was fun, and I want to do another one, Yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, if I had to pitch a game
Shoot.
from the ground up,
Mm-hmm.
now a lot of people have already tried this, but I would do it as an MMO
Okay.
where there's already established factions and blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
But I would want a procedurally generated space game
Okay.
where you can explore more than just your galaxy, okay? Like, so the universe just keeps going. It never ends, never, ever.
Okay. Interesting.
And I would have it so you could have a custom character and you could train a voice demo of your voice so that way it can be your voice as the character's voice. Because I know for years that's the only reason why a lot of MMOs have left their characters voiceless, is because they want the player to feel like it's their character. So
Okay.
now we have the technology for AI to copy your voice. I think it would be really cool to have a custom voice in the game. And and hear me out, because there's also, deepfakes.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So what if we did deepfakes on characters? You can choose so that no one else can see your face, but it can have your face on it.
Okay. I feel like, see, the thing with that is that I have a lot of opinions on AI voices and whatnot because, that's kind of what I want to do. And that kind of just, the fact that it's low-key going to eventually try to steal my job of voice acting, I'm not sure if that's the best idea.
I'm not suggesting it for traditional games where voice acting is necessary.
Oh, yeah, totally.
I'm more pitching it for specifically MMOs, which usually leave their characters voiceless.
Yeah, for sure. Like, it is, of course, all hypothetical, but the one thing that it might be a little tough is it's just gonna sound a little emotionless,
Depending.
Maybe. I mean,
See, because what I feel lacks from most voice training models right now is they don't have prompts to tell you what emotion you're feeling right now. So, and I know I'm giving some developers some really good but also really bad ideas for voice actors right now. And I apologize for this, but basically you'd have someone read the same line in different emotional states, so therefore you could have the tonality change, and I know it's taboo still, but then you could code it so that whenever it's supposed to be an emotional thing, you can tell it to change the tone of voice.
I am going to agree to disagree with you on that. I mean, with that, I feel like it can just, unless you get into the really specific sorts of emotion, I feel like it's going to be hard to do a natural turn in emotion, You picking up what I'm putting down?
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah. Which, I think maybe, just a...
But this is where voice actors are necessary.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I want to be 100% clear. I don't want voice actors to go.
Yeah, exactly. Because I would just be like, and then I just die,
Yeah, I'd have to literally give Dylan a job.
Yeah. Fuck.
What is with this? It goes just going.
I don't get it, man. Fucking ventilation.
But is there an imposter in there? Is that why you're going on and on?
I understood that reference.
You're welcome, those of you who sussed it out.
Yeah, but anyways, I kind of just for me, this is where I think, the multiple options for voices come in, where you just have, multiple different voice actors with, different tones, as a kind of niche answer, I really like how it was in Monster Hunter, I believe, Monster Hunter Rise, because they had, what was it, 8, maybe more than 8 different voices, and all of them sounded pretty different, so, with that, that's how I would do that.
Okay.
Yeah. And also because, Billy Kometz was in that game, and I love Billy Kometz.
Or actually, I just had another idea. Hear me out for this.
Shoot.
You can still hire voice actors to set the tone. You still give your emotional performance and you're still credited for it. But they have a voice model on top of it of the person. So then it knows when the tone is changed and the emotional state is different, but it's still the voice actors giving the performance.
The thing is, something about that seems off, but I can't really place it.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll concede for now.
Yeah. Well, agree to disagree, you know?
So, while we're on the topic of voice actors, who would you say is your favorite video game voice actor?
How much time do you have? Okay. See, I'm trying to think because there are so goddamn many.
I can think of two good ones off the top of my head that I find are equal.
You go first.
Troy Baker and Nolan North.
Oh, okay. Solid choices. I'm trying to think because there's so goddamn many. If there's one thing I have incredibly niche, like, information on,
It's voice acting.
it's voice acting. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like I want to go into this. If I had to choose, probably my boy Billy Kometz. I miss you, man. Absolute legend. Lost too early, but he is.
Is that the one who had a stroke and did voice acting for like Call of Duty games?
No, that he passed away from colon cancer, I believe, in June last year, and he was in like a bunch of stuff. He was in like all three of my favorite franchises, being Fire Emblem, Persona, and JoJo's. Him in Persona 5. Holy shit. Like, that last scene, if you've played Persona 5, you know what I am talking about with him as Maruki. Amazing. But, like, other than that, like, there's so many amazing ones. Another one, Robbie Daymond. I love Robbie Daymond. He's great. And also, like, he's just an absolute stud. Briefly on Critical Role for like the start of Campaign 3, unless I'm mistaken. So they're my answers, but yeah.
Cool. Do you think you can do an impression of either of those voices?
No. No.
I'm going to try my best to do Nolan North right now.
Okay, the mic, we haven't blown out the mic. That's good. That's good. I like that, you know?
I missed the mark, but Nolan North, he's just known for yelling.
Yeah. Like, I really wish I could do one of either of them, but I can't really.
What about their characters? Any of their characters?
Any of their characters? For Billy, no. For Robbie, I maybe could. Well, if I wanted to do a catchy, I just have to be dead on the inside.
Aren't you already?
Well, yes, but that's aside from the point. For Hubert, I kind of have to have this sort of, like, posh, but also, I'm going to kill you in your sleep kind of voice.
I can do one of Troy Baker's characters, and I'm sure you'll guess it immediately.
Is it Kanji from Persona 4?
No.
Okay.
Because I don't know anything about Persona, to be honest.
Good. Spare yourself.
You want to know how I got these scars?
That's good. That's good.
Now, I know...
Obviously, that's him voicing Bruce Springsteen, of course.
Yeah, well, I mean, now, of course, that was based off of Mark Hamill's Joker.
Yeah.
But From now on, I'm going to say it's probably going to be Troy Baker, only because Kevin Conroy passed away. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
And Mark Hamill has said that he only ever plays Joker if Kevin's going to do it.
Okay.
So now that Kevin's dead,
Yep.
Mark Hamill's Joker is.
Yeah. Well, for me, I think one, and I've only seen a few clips of him as the Joker, but one who I really think is pretty good as him is Richard Epcar, which it's just because he has like the naturally just deep and like very gravelly voice, but he just adds that little insane twist, which I really like onto it.
Oh, is this the one from that one Batman show, like from the late 2000s?
I don't know, but if
Like, he has a deep voice, but it's kind of like Mark Hamill's Joker, but not.
I don't. The thing is that I have no service in here, so I can't look up what he's in particular.
Batman shows
Yeah, but
from.
Richard Epcar as Joker is honestly like pretty. I like it a lot. I'm not well versed enough to know about like for other voice actors as the Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Richard Epcar, you said.
Richard Epcar, yes. Yeah. It's just escaping me what he voiced him in. It was a fighting game of some sort, but
Oh, he played Joker in Injustice 2.
yes, that's it.
That's really interesting because Troy Baker did the first one.
Oh. Huh. Interesting. Okay.
That would explain why Joker looks different in the second game, though.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Man. But at the end of the day, everyone knows that everyone in the universe is voiced by Matthew Mercer. Which, I mean, lucky us. Lucky us.
Mercer, I hardly know her.
Attaboy. That I'm gonna say that I like that. Yeah, but like, yeah, there's still so many like, God, I hate how much of my niche voice actor interest just takes up my brain. You know?
Well, I mean, you're literally your profession. Like, it's
Yeah,
supposed
exactly.
to take up your brain.
Yeah. But here's the thing: is that like, whenever I'm playing like a video game or something, it's like I don't hear the voice actor.
Have you?
Sorry, no, I don't hear the character. I hear the voice actor.
Okay, fair enough. Have you ever? What? Oh.
Yeah.
No, I've got so many podcasts without saying fair enough, and now I say fair enough and it ruins it.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you an example. I was watching the trailer for the new Spider-Man game, and I was just like, I wasn't like, oh hey, cool, it's Spider-Man. I was just like, oh hey, it's Yuri Lowenthal.
Is it still Yuri doing it?
It's still Yuri Lowenthal doing it. Which
Despite all the face changes?
I'm pretty sure it is, yeah. But like, man, on the note of Yuri Lowenthal, I really wish he was in the Persona 3 remake because he's so great as the protagonist. But like, it's Yuri Lowenthal, so it's not really much of a worry.
Okay, so what I was going to say before I said
Sorry.
fair enough.
Shoot.
Have you ever turned off the voices in the game and just had the subtitles on and done the voices yourself?
I can't say that I have, but that would be a good idea.
It's good practice, trust me. I've done it many times.
Okay, yeah, I'll definitely do that. Or maybe I could do that with like some like older unvoiced games. I think that would be fun.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
could also technically do it with Undertale, but you know, everyone has in the fandom has established what voices those are.
Here's the thing though, is that and I could get flamed for this. I have no intention of playing Undertale anytime soon.
I'll admit this, I've never played it.
Neither have I.
I've only ever watched it.
I haven't played or watched, don't intend to. Like, there's very few pieces of media.
There's no voice actors in this game. I'm not gonna play it.
Matthew Mercer isn't in this game. Damn it! I'm not playing or watching this. Oh, who am I kidding? He's in everything. Oh my god. If that was actually him, I would laugh my ass off. Like, I remember I was talking to Dawson about this, and we were just saying, they're like, you cannot escape. He's everywhere. Like, it's terrifying how much he's in, but that's just because he's, well, amazing, because he's Matt Mercer, you know?
The voice acting community will, like, just die when he does.
Yeah. That's, I don't know. That's not for a long time, you know?
How old is this Matthew Mercer?
Like 40.
Okay, so he's got another 100 years in him.
I'd wager 150. Yeah.
We're gonna be 190 years old and still voice acting.
Man, imagine being 190 years old, you know?
I spoke because I don't care anymore. I just want to die. I am ready for death, please.
You know what I'm saying?
Can you imagine, though, if you still had the energy to do things like voice acting at 190, though?
I feel like, you know, if I'm 190 years old, I have to be like a decrepit motherfucker, you know? Just like
Imagine doing a motion capture performance.
Oh, that would be so funny. It's just, I'm just like hunched over, just like my back is like a fucking S shape, you know? And it's just like, okay, Dylan, could you straighten up your back? I'm like,
I'm straight. I'm as straight as I can be. I can't die yet because I'm still alone. I'm straighter than your teeth, dearie.
and then that's when I get kicked off the set and security has to throw me out. And that's when I die because they throw me on the ground.
Yeah, and you know what your last words are gonna be?
What are they going to be? Pleasure doing business with you.